Director of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, the Consul General of India in Durban, Dr. Chaitanya Prakash Yogi, Mr. Riza Murli, Mr. Nkosi Zwad, Zwadi, Mr. Piyush Khandelwal, Mr. CPUM Chunu, distinguished guests, online viewers, Namaskar, and welcome to episode 8 of Antartaan or Inner Tones, a series of interactions between two artists and their experiences of synchronization of their inner tones or internal rhythms with the expectations of their outer level in the performances or programs. Indeed, today in our midst, we have two very talented, dynamic young ladies joining us to share their experiences or their inner tones, and that is um, Miss Nkosi Zwadi and Miss Riza Mudli, who are both singers and musicians. Just a little bit about Nkosi G. Nkosi G is also known as Zwaidi Yamungo, and she's a South African indigenous musician born in KZN. She's an actor, singer, and musician. She plays the umakwe yane, the ugubu, the string bow, and the penny whistle, just to name a few. A little bit about Risa Ji. Risa Ji is a singer and started at the very tender age of 6 with her first public performance. She sings in 5 languages and has released several CDs and songs. She holds an international award from the Pop in Las Vegas, United States of America. She is currently studying Sangeet Bhushan Part 3 from the University of Prachin Kala Kendra in Chandigarh, India. Namaste and welcome on episode 8 of Antartaan, Risa ji and Nkosi ji for your interaction this evening.
Namaste. Thank you so much for having me. So, the first question I want to ask Nkosiji is, in your understanding, what is inner tone and internal rhythm?
Uh, in my own understanding, the inner tone for me is with internal rhythm. Simultaneously, it's the inner rhythm and the internal feeling before I take it out. It's the internal theme and my thoughts internally before I sing them out and through to the people. So it's the feeling and all the emotions that I feel even when writing song or even when singing or even performing. Before performing it has to go within before coming out to the people.
Mhm. I think I have a very similar understanding of inner tone and internal rhythm. It's that feeling that well, in my understanding, that feeling that you uh, go through before writing a song or singing a song or performing or being on stage. It's that feeling that you wish to project in your performance. That you
Definitely. The enthusiasm, yeah.
Sorry, you didn't get that?
No, no, I was adding to what saying like the enthusiasm
Yes,
is inside you. Yes.
yes. That's my understanding of it as well.
Mm. Okay. With that feeling, how do you get it in your musical practice, or how do you get it? Is it in your musical practice or performance?
It is. So what I do is I try to become one with the feeling. So prior to my performance or my practice, I will take a few moments to maybe hum a note or sing a note and just get the feeling of what I wish to portray on that stage. And I sort of just merge with that feeling. And
Mm-hmm.
therefore, when I'm on stage, I project that and I reenact that and I basically personify. So that's how I portray it on stage. And what
Ah,
about
that's
you?
great. That's great. For me, I don't know. It's different a little because when I'm doing a practice or a rehearsal for a performance, um, I kind of relax. Yes, I do meditate and stuff, but I think it also works with the nerves. So like internal. So when I do the practice, I kind of relax and everything is just fine, and I do get everything. But when I'm on stage and performing, it comes like it's pushes a lot. There's a lot of internal and the feelings and emotional. I feel like the more I meditate before the performance, I get more spiritually. So when I perform, it becomes it gets to me very, very, very clear and very at large than in the musical practice.
Yes, I
Yeah.
same way towards it.
Yeah, yeah.
So how do you feel and experience it?
Uh, uh, I think, as I've just said, when I experience it, it's an unusual feeling because sometimes I even get shivering. It's more like I'm nervous to perform, but I know that the nerves are there because you care about what you're going to portray. You care about the audience. You care about the message that you are going to utter to the people. Fortunately for us, the message is through musically, and the portrays and the feelings are in the musical
Mm,
sense. So it's the kind of experience of I want to do this right, and I want people to hear the message that I'm here to give today.
yes,
Yeah,
I feel that when I am becoming one with this feeling, it does stem from nerves as well, because nerves play a big role throughout the
I know, right?
and what I do is I try to make sure that I convert these nerves from being negative to positive. And when I'm on,
Definitely.
I like, will try to portray it in the best way possible, with trying to give the best performance possible and also engage with the audience through this. So
Yes. Yeah.
I just go through it in a very natural way, in
Mm-hmm.
letting it flow and
Mm-hmm.
make sure that it's all portrayed in a very positive way.
Yeah. Well, I also feel like tell the students that there are nerves comes in two ways. There are
Mm.
nerves of you're not sure of what you're gonna do, you didn't enough, or the nerves of I care about my brand, I care
Yeah.
about my brand, I care
Yeah.
about what I'm about to do on stage. So
Mm.
it's some
I understand that.
uh, uh people that also as an instrumental and experience or inner tone from it.
I would say so. It takes it definitely needs to come from within you. So I'm definitely like instrumental in this whole process of engaging with my inner tone and my internal rhythm. It's something that you need to understand as well as feel. And if you can't understand it, how would you know what you're feeling and how would you know how to give back? So I definitely feel that when I am feeling through this and going through this experience, I have to be well aware of what is happening, and therefore that is instrumental to the process.
Ah, that's cool. For me, I play indigenous instruments. So they're very sacred and very special. Uh, so I must say sometimes I feel like I'm an instrument. Uh, the experience because the instruments you need needs you it needs to connect with you or you go and put the instruments the instruments that I you could just wake up in the morning and take it and perform. You need
Yes.
to get used to it. You need to be a friend, an intimate friend with the instrument, put something on stage for with me. So yeah, an instrument. I really to the
um, I understand that that is something I think I can relate to, because I'm very similar when it comes to the instruments that I play, the Indian classical instruments that uh,
instrument.
I play the harmonium. It's a Indian classical instrument for accompaniment when singing.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, it's kind of like a keyboard, but it's
Mm-hmm,
only used with one hand, and you have to like pump it like with your
mm-hmm.
other hand, with your hand, if you're depending if you're right or left-handed.
Is it
So, but it It's quite easy, I would say so. I prefer it's over keyboard because it's easy, it's simple. It's the only thing is it's very heavy and very hard to carry around.
Okay.
um. So, did you feel that this inner tone gives you a sense of assimilation and absorption into universal energy, which is like unlimited and infinite?
Definitely. The sense, the inner tone, the sense of assimilation, it's also absorbed to universe and that energy and thing that works with the universe. Because without me, the universe, I cannot be sacred enough or be the special artist. When you're an artist, you be special. You need to be different in ways. Mine, indigenous or to cultural history aspect that it's up like it uh, it's responsible energy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel for me, it's the same thing. I have to be connected to the universe, and I think for me, I look at this in a very spiritual light, because I feel like everything that happens in terms of the feelings that I go through and what I go through before going on stage or practicing is definitely coming from a spiritual energy. So when I'm going through this, I find this universal energy like um, somewhat raining down on me, and it definitely keeps me connected to it. And I think one thing that you know we every person goes through, I wouldn't say goes through but feels through, is feelings. And most people will have some sort of energy or being that they connect to. And I think when this feeling takes over me, I definitely feel connected to the universe and to my spiritual being. So it's
Yeah,
definitely that connection, I feel.
yeah, I well because oh, the even with band or all people that you are with, that you is that it's you are able to transfer other people.
Yes,
We yeah, because you person so
yes,
connect easily.
yes.
I get
I,
that. So your performance not like on here something big and big you is uh, energy singing playing an instrument.
yes, 100%. Prior to any performance, like I said, I'm quite spiritual, so I will pray before every performance and ask to be given the strength to go and give a great performance and engage with the audience and not disappoint myself and the people that are counting on me and watching me. So I definitely feel that to stand up on a stage and sing and perform in front of people, it definitely takes something else to push you, because like things like stage fright and nerves can sometimes overtake you, anxiety can overtake you, and you will not be able to complete that performance. And therefore I feel to do this, it's definitely coming from something higher for me, because I think uh I'm definitely, you could say, watched over to give this great performance and do the best that I can for that day. So definitely, yeah, I would definitely say that it's coming from something higher, some energy or power.
I guess you. So yo, right. Um, uh, as I was saying on the section that it's different from the uh, great uh, with, and person, I believe and I feel like I didn't farming. I feel like there's something that's into me. I can feel no, I'm empty, and I don't like feeling when I'm no spirituality. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this from where people gonna listen to me, see a that and spirituality from me. If I feel like and if I feel like do a little yeah,
Yes.
perform with the feeling that I know that there is this energy there for me, yeah, cover me in a room to perform well expressing whether it's or I'm thinking what it's me from it's from
Mm-hmm.
the out. It's just uh, angel, you know. It's
Yeah.
from that's form I is the like I, I, no, I'm ready.
Um, so how do you feel synchronization of inner tone with expectations of audience or organizers of the events?
Um, it, it's quite because with the audience and myself, um, I have to go to the audience to speak out, for me to release the the nerve thing, grace.
Yeah.
That's this is me. This is what I am. And when by the time you let the audience is with you, you're like ah, and they just see you. I or sorry, you like because
Yeah.
they they respect your craft, they respect your oh, they are eager to perform. So
Mhm.
I feel like it's background. But this is why it's still um it's not perform a live thing.
Mhm. Yes.
You're not connecting or
Yes.
thing with kind of uh, we don't do that. We want to put when people are gonna uh, people gonna want to know
Yes.
the energy
Mhm.
which and you think it's good. Same.
Yes. Yes. I feel the same. I feel that when I'm going through this inner tonal feeling, um, and I'm on stage and I'm when I start to engage with the audience, I feel like the nerves just go away. I feel I feel at peace on stage and I feel at home on stage. And when I am talking to the audience and exactly like how you said, hello, how are you? Engaging with them, it definitely gives you a sense of synchronization with what you're feeling and what you're portraying. So I think it's actually quite for me. I found it easier and simpler to go to synchronize these two things while through engaging with the audience and as well as the performers on stage. If you're singing with a band, if you turn to them and you look at them, it all helps with synchronizing this feeling.
Yeah, nice. Uh, 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 sometimes it's of performing.
Um, I wouldn't say I do in a rush, but I think there have been a few times where I did. Because when you're at an event that you're performing at and the promoters and organizers have hired you and you feel a certain way towards something and want to portray it in a certain way, but the organizers want it done another way, it sometimes conflicts you because you don't know whether to give what you feel and what you want or compared to what they want. So it does sometimes become hard to balance and hard to um you know give off the best performance in everyone's eyes. And I think that is sometimes impossible to give the best performance in everyone's eyes, but you try your best to do so. And it does sometimes become conflicting to try for me. But I manage. I'll manage to find a way to give them what they want, to please myself, because I also feel as a performer, you need to be pleased. You're the one performing, and if I have to go up on a stage and not feel comfortable, I don't think I would do my best. So I think it's all about compromising and balancing and to get through this conflict, but it does happen. Definitely does happen.
Um, a stage, uh, I split up. When be pure,
Yes, 100%.
pure, you need so the between your also expectations as well for so on stage easy to catch uh, if the play is clean enough. It's pretty with to find a confirm. I get on stage, you get enough, you say ready, you in 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 ways emotionally uh, also everything that you're gonna touch will stay with gonna stay to engage in. So I think yeah, I overcome it in there.
Mm. And what is your goal or aspiration to achieve internally through your journey of music?
It's, it's a good question. I love it. I'm a healer. So when I perform to anything, whether I know or I don't know, I'm going through, but that's what you. I'm using this tool that are that living or people because like okay, I in neutral and be able to the room spirit clear like from within me actually accept to accept my why he uh, uh, um, I'm a dog type my own way. So it's what I have achieved and along that when I answer that the I also get it now because I will for some I like thank you I music through your and for me it's yeah but they uh, uh, along I want to be through the instruments and through the music the genre music it's speaking to everything that they are going through through kind of music that I think.
I think for me um it's that feeling of being wholesome and feeling complete because you know throughout your journey of music throughout my journey of music thus far I've always felt complete and wholesome and as if this is what I am meant to be doing. And I hope to achieve this feeling throughout the rest of my life because um, I know this. I've when I hear stories about other musicians and singers and performers that lose that feeling, and it doesn't make you feel complete anymore, then it becomes you could say somewhat of an existential crisis for them. And I hope to not achieve this, and I hope to feel wholesome on stage, because when I feel wholesome on stage and I feel complete, I know I will be pulling this feeling into other people who share the same thoughts and emotions as I do in this field. And I think this is something that I always want to achieve, is this feeling of being complete. Because when you feel like you have a piece of you missing, you continuously suffer it, and it can become quite stressful. And with what I've been doing in my life with music and performing, I've never felt like that. So I hope to constantly always feel like this.
That was great.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Nkosi and Riza ji, for that very interesting interaction and taking us through your inner tone or your internal journey of music. With that, we've come to the very interesting part of the program where we'll have a jugalbandi or a duet performance by Nkosi ji and Riza ji. I would like to now welcome Nkosi ji for her music piece on our Antartaan episode 8.
Whistle. In Zulu we call it umjingo. There's this beautiful song that we all know, but I sing it my own way with beautiful melodies. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nkosi ji, for that very beautiful performance. Thank you so much. Next, we have the very talented and beautiful Riza Mudli, who is going to sing us a very lovely song. Welcome, Riza ji.
The song that I'm going to sing is a Indian semi-classical Bollywood song. To accompany me, I'm going to play the Tanpura. So I hope it's audible. Okay. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. तीन शब्द में सृष्टि सारी संभाल ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमस्ते
Thank you so much, Risa ji, for that very beautiful performance. With this, we've come to the conclusion of episode 8 of Antartaan with a very beautiful and talented Nkosi ji and Risa ji. I would like to now invite Mr. CPUAM Chunu from the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India in Durban to render this evening's vote of thanks.
Namaskar. Greetings to all of you. On behalf of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India in Durban, I am honored today to deliver a vote of thanks on today's episode 8 of the program Antartaan, meaning the inner tone. This is a series of interaction between two artists about their experiences of synchronization of their inner tone. Now, allow me to thank our online guest, Risa Mudliji, musician and the singer, Nkosi Zawadiji, a musician and the singer from Durban. Both of them actually are from Durban. I'd like to thank them for the wonderful interaction that they gave us this evening, and also about their sterling performances that they performed this evening. To Risaji and Kosiji, Danyabat to both of you. To Director of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Dr. Chaitanya Prakash Yogi, Sristi Harinarayan, Sri Piyush Kanderwal, thank you very much for taking part on today's program. To all our online viewers who participated on today's program, we'd like to say thank you for taking time with us. We are kindly advising you to visit our Facebook page, ICC at Durban, for all the updates about the cultural activities organized by Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center in Durban. Once again, Risaji, Kosiji, Danyaba, to all of you, have a wonderful evening. Namaskar.